Hey there, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope y'all had a great weekend and are off to a great start to your week so far. Hey, Grillguard, how you doing? Happy Monday to you. And James, hey, saw the lurk notification. Glad you're here. Feel free to keep on lurking. Hopefully this will be good background for you. But yeah, let me actually jump right into the notes. We have got a lot to do, or a lot that I'd like to get done on stream today. We are, of course, still working on the Emotion Mesh project. I don't have anything for show and tell today, so we're actually just going to get right into it. If you'll recall, we actually spent some time on the demo flow last week with the sort of UI piece of the Emotion Mesh dashboard. It's now frozen. I got to restart the server here. But I'm going to show this off actually here right now and show you sort of what I have accomplished this week. In summary, the demo flow is done. I've got local storage for test run results so that I'm keeping track of inference. Basically, the demo from the box to the UI and back, along with some data storage to sort of save test runs and show the stats on whether or not inference was correct from one thing to the next. That's all done. That's all ready to go. So the main piece of the project is actually good to go. And Grillguard, yes, I know. I'm well behind on Twitter DMs. I apologize. I was actually just thinking about that this morning. I will get back to you today. I promise. I will respond to you today on that. I'm the one that told you to DM me and then I didn't respond. So that was terrible of me. I apologize. All right, so let me refresh this to get the server running again. So one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat, Frackberg, I just started. I'm only 2 minutes in. So you came in at like the perfect time. Hey, RDM Jam, it's Monday. Hello to you. Yeah. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you too, Frackberg. Thank you, Grillguard. I know. No, I want to get it taken care of before I leave for Europe on Saturday. Frackberg, yes. It won't take me long. Well, I didn't do a show and tell this morning. I'm going right into sort of demoing where we are in the entire project right now. So let me actually turn on the button box as well. pull it into the frame here just a tad. Probably won't be able to see the lights because of my overhead lighting. But let me make sure that this thing is actually running, because what I want to show off is that the whole thing is actually working together. Where are you going? Where are you going on Friday, Frackberg? Ooh, gonna get lost in the woods with 16 scouts. Good luck to you. Yeah, Saturday afternoon, I'm hopping a flight to Oslo for NDC, which is where I'm going to be debuting this project for the first time. So hopefully, it will not fail spectacularly. And we'll see if it actually works right now. So I have demo running. The box is ready for me to trigger it. And you'll notice I have instructions at the bottom. I mean, I'm leaning out of the way. Hit the green button to take a photo. So let's lean in. Take a photo. Back-end processing is happening. I get a little processing screen going on. The model detected happiness. And then I get an instruction again at the bottom. Let me move out of the way of my own instructions. Is this correct? Hit green button for yes, red for no. I am going to say, yeah, I seem pretty happy in that photo. So let's hit the green button for yes. Hitting yes. Inference is correct, and we start over. And you'll notice that my stats on the top updated. I get a notice of what the last inference piece was. And let me actually take the camera out of the way here. And my overall correct and incorrect numbers are updating from the back end as I'm saving each one of these runs through. And then I can hit the green button again to start the whole thing over. The streaming view comes back up. The stats stay there, but I can sort of go back through the entire process again. So, Frackberg, you're going to Philmont. Oh, man, that is awesome. I did Philmont long time ago. I did Philmont not as an adult, but as a scout. 70, 80 miles. It was hard. But it was fun. That was a fun experience for me. I really enjoyed that. I hope you all have a good time. This could be great. The really fun part is that deodorant is not allowed, so everyone should be nice and ripe by the end of the trek. And absolutely, you're taking 16 scouts, and I assume a number of those are in the early days of their bodies becoming more odoriferous, if I could be diplomatic about it. Philmont is really, really cool. And I'll say, it's been a long time. I am not a young man. And it's been a few decades since I was at Philmont. But I'm sure it hasn't changed much. It'd be really cool. Your youngest just turned 14. So yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, y'all are going to be really odoriferous. Absolutely. Grogard, with the on-topic question, does it keep training the model when you do that? No, not yet. Grogard, that's an awesome question, because one thing that I haven't built into this yet that I may not have done in time for NDC Oslo, but I'm going to add later, because just to share with y'all, I'm unveiling this demo next week at NDC Oslo, and I will be we'll have it sort of in a booth for the conference next week. Did I just lose music? Do I care? What in the world? Did I hit pause? Oh, come on. Just a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. We'll have this at Oslo next week, and then I'm going to be doing it again. We'll have the demo again at that conference in Wisconsin in August, and then probably again in October, November at a few different conferences. But my intention, Grogard, which is an awesome question, is actually to add a piece to this demo that does transfer learning. So there's an existing model that I built up that runs this inference piece. But I want to retrain the model and continue using transfer learning to expand that as this is actually applied in the real world. So not yet, but that's absolutely my intention for sure. One of the challenges I've run into, Grogard, is that the implementation, the APIs that are on the Coral are not as robust as if I were to use TensorFlow on a desktop, in a desktop-based environment. Hey, Robert Tables, heck! Good morning to you. Happy Monday. So GrowGuard, the model isn't as, or excuse me, the APIs on the Coral are still sort of early days. There is an impression API that I can use to actually perform transfer learning. There's not a ton of docs around that, so I got to kind of figure it out myself. And right now, the only thing I'm fighting against is time, for sure. And yeah, GrowGuard, I figured when you tell it if it was correct or not, it could use that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's actually one of the pieces of the talk that I'm giving next week on doing machine learning in the IoT, is this idea that you can actually do federated learning across different environments, where you can actually have an IoT or an edge network that performs inference and then takes the results of inference when you get actual feedback, passes that back into the main model to do transfer learning. And then if you need the cloud to continue to do updates, it can actually pass it back down to the edge or the IoT devices as well, which would be kind of cool. That's some crazy cutting edge kind of stuff that I haven't implemented yet, but that's in my plan for sure. And yeah, Robert Table's just getting started. So I don't have anything for like the first time ever. I don't have anything to show off and show and tell, because I've been so focused on building out this project that I gave myself a break from acquiring new hardware that I don't have time to build with. So the demo's working, like I mentioned, so I can go ahead and start. Like, I'm on a new capture mode, so I'll do it again, and let's try, see what we get this time. Contempt. All right, and you'll notice too that, if I get a variety of results back from the model, I was like, there's a little bit of anger here, but yes, this is mostly contempt. But I'm going to say that's correct. I'll go ahead and say it's correct. Reset the demo. Now I'm 22 inferences, 55 and 45 correct and incorrect. So, no show and tell, evidence of the shrinking middle class. I knew it. Yeah. I know. You would think on any given week, I haven't bought another mechanical keyboard or set of Japanese steak knives for Mass Drop or anything like that. No. It's been a light week for me. Okay. When does that AdaBox ship? You know what, Robert Tables? I was actually just wondering that the other day. I was trying to find that. It's supposed to ship in June. I know, Frackberg, I'm a total slacker. Oh, here we go. 4 days ago. The next AdaBox, 4 days ago, they say the next AdaBox ships in about 2 weeks. Was this a preview? Is this like a little teaser? I didn't see this. Let's watch it together. When did you graduate from high school? I prefer not to say. Thank you. I said I prefer not to say. It's none of your business. Oh. I was right. It's going to be exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's going to be a little handheld game console. I'm absolutely positive. My green screen's not doing well with black backgrounds, but I don't care. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. I admire the dedication to doing stop motion with post-it notes. Good job, Adafruit. I mean, yeah. This is going to be a CircuitPython-based handheld game console, I guarantee you. And I'm so super excited about that. So hopefully y'all are too. Wonder if I can get the handheld console to deploy AWS infrastructure? Ooh, intriguing. Order run in Docker, as Frackberg said. I like the idea. I think that's pretty darn cool. So, all right. So y'all, that is the sort of, that's the bones of the demo. The actual main piece of the main piece of the demo flow from the box to inference and back is all working. All of that stuff is done, as well as back-end stats. That's all there. It's all local, running on the Coral. So what I wanted to do today was actually to get to the firmware side of things, because if you remember, and you may not because I barely do, that there's another piece of this demo that was actually going to have a couple of Neopixel strips, Xenon powered Neopixel strips that were going to interact with the demo as well. So they would play like an attract animation when the demo wasn't running. They'd light up green if inference was correct, light up red if it was incorrect, etc. Excuse me. So that's the piece that I want to work on today. I actually want to add those. I want to add a Neopixel strip. I've got one and a Xenon here ready to go. So we're actually gonna write some particle Xenon firmware today. And my goal is to actually get through. I got a bunch of cards here on the project list. And again, if you're interested in seeing the hacky code that I commit into GitHub on a regular basis, I encourage you to check that out. But yeah, we're gonna do Neopixel work today. That is that's the primary motivation. So let's get right to it. I do have a Neopixel that's already on the network. So basically, what we're gonna do is just start a new project. Or I'm gonna open up a new code window. Am I supplying auxiliary power for the Neopixel strip? Robert Tables, that's a good question. So there are certain varieties of Neopixel strips that do require a separate power source, and these do not. So I specifically got 4 strips that are of the 30 pixel variety that do not require 5 volt or more power. They actually can run off of 3.3 or 3.7 from the Xenon. And I did that on purpose. So I do have others that I've used that are powered separately, but these are not. These are powered from the microcontroller itself, which is very nice. I like being able to do that. So we're gonna create a new, create a new particle project. In the motion mesh firmware. There we go. And Robert Tables, I don't remember the specific number on these, but during a bio break, I will I'll pull them up. I'll pull them up so that I can get that and share it, because they're cool. They're a good option. Okay. What did I call these? I'm trying to remember what I called this specific device too. Okay. All right. Motion pixel. Yes, that's what I called it. Naturally. Yep. All right. So I am what I'm doing right now is just creating a new project for the firmware for these Neopixel devices. And I'm waiting, as things are slow and catch up. Rename that. Oh, okay. What's happening? Okay, I'll add all this other stuff later. I do know I'm going to need the Neopixel library, so here, let me move this over a bit. There we go. So let's install the library. Come on. Come on. Oh man, my machine is dragging this morning. Dragon. Install library. Well, okay, so while I'm waiting, anybody do anything interesting, fun this weekend? We actually celebrated Father's Day with the kids yesterday because this coming Sunday, the real Father's Day, I am going to already be in Oslo. And yeah, I am missing my own Father's Day. I told my kids, better to miss Father's Day than Mother's Day. That would be unforgivable. Not really, but we had a good time yesterday. It's already crazy hot here, so we went swimming, hung out. Fragberg, I did not get drunk and hurt myself this weekend. I consider that a win after Memorial Day. Absolutely, Fragberg. When I can get through a weekend without getting drunk and hurting myself, I also consider that a win. So that's it's good on you, man. That's good. And of course, and I will also say, because we've had conversations on the stream before about like TV shows and movies and whatnot. So my wife and I have been actually going through Good Omens on Amazon Prime. It's really good. We're like one episode from being done. We should finish it tonight. If you're a fan of Neil Gaiman, his books, or Terry Pratchett, or if you like David Tennant, former Doctor Who, Good Omens is worth a watch. It's good stuff. Grogard, it was 105 here in Phoenix. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, Grogard. That's whew. Oh, Grogard, that's nuts. Robert Tables, I climbed on my roof live on stream last Monday with plenty of Coors Light. Are you serious? Did I miss that? Did you really? How did I not hear about that? Grogard, you finished Good Omens. Awesome. I'm excited for the last episode tonight. Frackbrick started, but you're crazy busy getting ready for Philmont. Oh, for sure. Okay, Robert Tables, I'm gonna have to check out the VOD for that because I don't. This is the problem. I've been so stinking crazy heads down, busy getting ready for this trip, and I hate it when I get into those loops. But I'm missing things in the world that I care about, like you climbing on your roof with beer. So I gotta go check that out. Ton of clips. Okay, I'll find it. All right, I'll find them. I'll get on the interwebs. And find them. All right, now I want to configure my project. Right here, let me go into the Neopixel demo because I always. Sure, let's just do a quick rainbow test. Yep. We're copying and pasting code on a Monday. The only way to do it. And I am on D2. My pixel count is 30. These are WS2812Bs. Yeah. I need that wheel animation anyway. So I'll add it in. Yep. Watch me copy and paste like a boss. I don't care. James, hey! Add alert mode. Was driving home audio only and the connection dropped. Home now. Off over the side of the pond this weekend. Yes, I am, James. I'm heading that way on Saturday afternoon. And man, I am so excited. I had such an awesome time in Oslo last year. I'm really excited about the trip. I'm excited for my talk. I'm excited for the workshops. I'm doing I am attending a workshop on Monday and Tuesday. I am not giving a workshop, so it'll be nice to actually be in attendee mode. And I'm giving my talk on Thursday. But I'm going to hang out in the booth with the Bitroff Makerspace folks. It's going to be a good time. Oslo has really good coffee, really good beer, really good food. I'm getting hungry and thirsty just thinking about it. All right. See, I can't remember the name of anything that I ever do. Okay, what did I call this? Emotion Pixel 1. All right. So configure workspace for device. I'm dogging today. Configure project for device, excuse me. Device OS 121 RC2. This is a Xenon. Quit. Motion Pixel 01. Let's Cloud Flash. This will get us to baseline, a working project if nothing fails. Nice, never been, but it's on the list. Maybe next year for the conf. Hey, James, absolutely. James, you know what? You and I should give a talk there together next year. Let's do it. Or a workshop. That would be fun. Or let's just go and hang out and attend it. Whatever. Grogard, we recently started watching Sharon. Oh, okay, Grogard. I heard that Chernobyl is really, really good. So I think I'm gonna have to start watching it. It's on HBO, right? That might be a watch while I'm traveling next week. No, it's freaking amazing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a watch. Wow, Frackberg and F-18. Yeah, those things are crazy loud. Yeah, I gotta be on the server. Oh wow. Oh, it's on Amazon and HBO. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Because I only keep my HBO Now subscription active when I need it for watching Silicon Valley, which my wife and I will probably rewatch this fall before the last season. I don't know if y'all heard now that this next season will be the last season later this year. Oh, and there's a podcast that goes with it? Really? Oh, I'll have to check that out. That's awesome. All right, okay, I'm seeing magenta colors over here, so I am close to flashing. Or it is flashing. It's actually happening. Drag on a bit. So the podcast gives a lot of really good background context. Frackberg, you got to get back into it. Into Silicon Valley. It's not a hard one to keep up with, although if you're watching it live like every week, it can be easy to fall behind. But it's a very bingeable show to go back through. We've done that a few times. Gone back to the beginning and watched it again. These initial firmware updates always take a little while, but we should see some nice rainbow animations coming on soon. Oh, James, you're referring to Silicon Valley. Oh, that's cool, James. I'll find it. I'll have to find it. So the podcast is directly related to the show. Okay, cool. Robert Tables, I thought that one of the arguments was for the brightness. This must be a different library. No, it's the same library. There's an overload for brightness. Let me show you in neopixel.h. So one of the things that I love about using Particle Workbench for using firmware is having really easy access to the source code so you can see what's actually happening, what's going on. There is a set brightness method as well that you can use. And that does work, I think, even while the lights are running. But your constructor... Oh, actually, no, that's not true. So I thought there actually was an overloaded constructor that would take the brightness. Hey, there they are. They're online. That only took like 5 minutes. But okay, we got a working demo mode. Let me see if one of the examples actually shows that, Robert Tables, because that's a good question. I've set the brightness on these before too, but I can't remember if I've done it. I think I've just done it after the fact, not in the constructor. Another library that people will use is Fast LED, Robert Tables. And that one may take, I don't know, I can't remember if that one takes it as takes brightness as a constructor. Well, here are actually setting it. So here the brightness is being defined, but it's being set in the, like, before begin. Because, and that's totally legit, because these things are like bright as the sun bright by default. They're kind of insane. But what I was thinking about this morning, hey Clarkio, happy Monday. How you doing, man? No problem on lurking. Hope you had a good weekend. Feel free to get your lurk on, definitely. We're just here writing some firmware and making some blinky lights blink and light up and do fancy things. That's all. I wanted like a photo. Oh, so Robert Tables, you have looked at this. You wanted a photo sensor to alter the pixel brightness, but I couldn't do it on the fly. All right, let's dive in and take a look at the source. Why not? So, let me go back into... So Neopixel, so the set brightness. Let's actually take a look at the set bright. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna... All right. Let's take a look at set brightness, because it indeed may actually require the entire strip to be reset. There may be a trick for it though. Look on the outline. Okay, no. All right, there it is. So Robert Tables, I wonder if this does not immediately affect what's displayed, but the next call to show will refresh the LEDs at this level. However, this process is potentially lossy. Okay, that's fine. Stored brightness value is different than what's passed. It simplifies the actual scaling. You know, as far as I can tell, you were using Fast LED, Robert Tables? Okay. I want to do this right now. Let's play with it right now, because I think it would be kind of cool if we could get it. Like, let's see if we could solve your... I mean, I know you were working with a different library, but based on what I'm reading here, set brightness isn't actually changing anything that depends on the strip not being initialized. It's basically just globals inside of the library itself, inside of the class. But this note would indicate that we just call show again, and we're good to go. So let's see if it's possible before you waste any time switching. Let's do it. I want to do it. So define... I'm going to set an initial brightness of, what's the value? Can be between 0 and 255. It's ridiculous. 255 is, I think the default is like, what is the default brightness? Sorry, now I'm distracting myself. I want to know what the default brightness is. Save us some time. Actually, it might be in the header file. No, there should be a default. Hold. I'm getting there. Yeah, they can get stupid bright. Absolutely. Or what does it save? It's just brightness. Okay, that's what I want. Of course, this is like referenced 62 times in this file. First reference, come on. No, I want the first reference. Move the cursor, Brandon. All right, I'm driving myself up the wall. Oh, I gotta turn on the highlighter. Ah, oh, bad of me. Line 1334 says 1 through 255. Yeah. I want to know what the default is. That's okay. We'll just set the default to something like 30, and then let's or 50, and let's turn it up and see if we can actually change it at runtime. Okay, so we'll do strip.set brightness. All right, and then what I'm going to do too is we're going to add a we're going to add a particle function, and we're going to call it let's see, adjust brightness. Okay. Yep. All right. And then we'll add adjust brightness down here. If I can spell it right. And it would be this. We've basically just been calling it again, not begin, just show. Nope. So we'll do, let's see. Int brightness equals args.to int. Is that right? String to int. Okay, cool. If brightness greater than 0. What is happening? Oh my gosh. I'm getting a serious lag in Visual Studio Code right now. Okay. Yeah, let's flash this and see what happens. My favorite thing to do. Flash some firmware and see what happens. Unless it fails. Why would it have failed? What did I do? Let's see if I can figure it out. Oh man, I am so bad about... No, it's not it. My function signature wrong? Oh, yeah, I am so bad about this. It's like not actually returning. Ugh. Return 1. Gotta actually return something from your functions, you know? Yeah, I can local compile. I just, and I'm gonna have to now because I can't actually. So this is one thing that I will admit that it's a bit of a, you actually get better error reporting from the local compiler than the cloud compiler right now in Particle Workbench. Oh, somebody's been writing too much Python lately. Yep, me. Oh, language switching is like the source of 60% of my programming errors. No, it's probably lower than that. Idiocy is responsible for more than that, but switching, context switching between languages is that messes me up a lot. Oh, did I do local compile again? I meant to do a cloud compile. I remember that stream, Robert Tables, writing C and Python at the same time. Yes. And I've done that too. Like I've had a few of these where I'm switching between firmware and all of the server side part of this entire demo project. All of this backend stuff. I mean, there's JavaScript stuff here with the Vue app, but all the backend server stuff is all Python. So in this project, I'm basically doing Python, JavaScript, C, C++. All together, and on certain days it gets a little messy, way messy. All right, did this come back online? Did I see this reset? Let me check, see if my function is here. Oh yeah, I have an adjust brightness function. All right, so what did we say? I think, well, I can just look. I think the default brightness is 50. Let's set it up to like 255 or 200, just not to be insane, and see if it changes. I feel like those have gotten quite a bit brighter. And if I change this down to like 20, it's hard to say. Robert Tables, I had semicolons on my Python and errors for missing semicolons in C. Yeah, I hear that. So I don't know. Like, I feel like they were. All right, let me set it down like super low. Call this. Okay, you know what I need to do? And let's just do this. Because rather than running the loop, the rainbow animation, let's actually just let's actually set all the pixels to a single color. And then do that. So that we're not, because we may be having an issue. A lot of these Neopixel animations are delay based, which is fine, but it can cause issues when you're trying to like update things, right? Because if I just wanted to set all my pixel colors, yeah, so let's do something like this. So when we call adjust brightness, let's do something like this. Yeah. Right, so I'm not gonna use the wheel function. Let's just set all the strips to hold on, there's a few different. this is actually what I want. Bear with me a second. We'll get this. Is that color? Strip.color. Oh, that's like strip. Okay. Hold on. So let's just do like a red 25500. All right, so we'll set them all to red anytime this set brightness is called, and we'll just sort of see if it actually changes anything. Try this out, and then we'll get back on track. If this works, we can take this code back out, but with the animations, it's or with the rainbow animation, it's hard to tell. So. But I do want to have a set brightness function here to be able to control, because when I actually get these out on the demo floor, if they're too light, I want to make it easy to change them. Right? Okay. All right, so if I set my all right, so let's call this again. Set it to 10, turn the lights on. Okay, so supposedly that's 10. Let's move this up to like 255. I don't see any difference. So actually, I don't think this works. I wonder if I would need to call... And honestly, Robert Tables, I'm betting this is probably the kind of thing that has been discussed. In the Adafruit like Discord. But I don't. But you know, we're just trying it for fun, right? So maybe I need to call begin again and show. No, Robert Tables, I don't think you're crazy, and frankly, I think it is something that you would want to do. But what I don't know is, because of the way that these are initialized, if the brightness has to be set in memory during initialization, and if that's the case, then this should work to call begin. Oh wait, but if I'm setting the pixel colors and then I may need to change the ordering of where the begin is. This may turn them back off, right? This may actually end up doing nothing. Oh, turn them on. So if I set this now to like 200. I still don't see a difference. Let me see if this makes any difference. And let's add this with the default brightness as well. Ah! Yeah! Yeah! Y'all know, I mean, idiot. I have to actually like pass in the brightness value that I've provided to the function instead of continuing to pass in the value that I oh. I know it's Monday, but that's not okay even for a Monday, you know? Oh. I know, Robert Tables, I love it too. It's not, I mean, at least I didn't spend another half an hour. Or at least I didn't come to this conclusion thinking, oh man, no, you can't do it. You know, you absolutely can't do it. We should not have to call begin again. So let's flash this. At least I found it, right? Okay. Let this come back online. Flash status success. All right, it's off. So pass in a brightness of 10. Okay, now those look way lighter to me. So 200. Oh, did y'all see that difference? I can see the difference now. 10. 200. Oh yeah. Way, way dimmer. So Robert Tables, there you go. You can actually do this. Let me... Yeah, so it's just a matter of calling .show again, and you're good to go. So I'm glad to see that. So let me get my rainbow animation back in, and let's see if I can actually, it'll pick it up during that as well. It should. And it should be obvious more this time. Like, I think the real issue was that I actually just was not actually correctly coding with the codes the way that I should have coded with the firmware and the words and variables and constants and whatnot. I don't know what I'm doing. Have you met me? Okay. So if I go back and let me try this again. See, now I can see it. I can totally see it, even while it's running. Even while it's running this. Way, way brighter. Okay. Cool. Robert Tables, wait, we're supposed to know what we're doing? I mean, nah, not really. Let's just not tell anybody. Let's just make this our secret, all of us here, that none of us know what we're doing. All right, that was fun, actually. I'm glad that we went through that exploration because that was something that was on my mind this morning, Robert Tables. About whether or not that would be an easy thing to do sort of in memory without messing with stuff. So fun. That was a good way to start. We have the firmware working here. So the next piece that I want to do is, we're going to call this one done. I got Xenons on the network, or a Xenon on the network. We'll add the other ones later because they're all going to run the same firmware. So I'm going to close that issue, move that up top. And then the next piece that I want to mess with is actually in the controller itself, in the button box that's up here still. And to have that actually, anytime there's a state change, to do a mesh publish. So let me open up the project for that one. And let me, in the meantime, close this one down. So the next piece is mesh publishing state changes from the controller to the network. That's my plan at this point. And I'll add, let's see, you can update the brightness on Neopixels at runtime. Just need to call strip.show for the update to get picked up. Cool. All right. Now 10 minutes to the first bio break. Let's add some mesh publish messages to the controller firmware. Robert Tables, also add also pass and use your brightness. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Oops. And spell things correctly. Variable, blah, 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 and kappa. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Robert Tables. Keeping me honest. All right, so we haven't looked at the... I showed off the firmware for this a couple of weeks ago, but effectively what's going on, this is the firmware for the box itself that's actually serial connected to the Google Coral board. So this is the controller for the mesh network. It is the brains of the entire project, and what it is effectively doing is just running a state machine. I'm using the finite state machine firmware library to do this. And there's 4 states. There's idle mode when it's just in between demos. There's capture mode when it's waiting for you to hit the green button to take a photo from the webcam. There's the waiting mode when it's waiting for you to say whether or not the inference was correct or incorrect. And then, actually, the waiting mode is waiting for a response. Sorry. And then response mode is you are saying, sorry, let me back. Waiting mode is you're waiting for the coral to come back with a response of what the inference was. And then response mode is waiting for the user to say, was inference correct or incorrect? And that's it. So each one of these not only has a state that controls how the buttons are, whether the buttons are read from and the LEDs on the buttons. But I also want to send out mesh publish and subscribe messages when we're in different states so that the Neopixels can pick up and do their little animations, right? So for each one of these state changes, hey, Cooper Clay just resubbed for 3 months. Thanks so much, Clay. And I still need to, and it should be, if the desk camera, yep, we got fire mode on the wall. Thank you, Clay. And the bot is still broken on the text side. So Brandon really needs to, I'm speaking to myself in third person because that way I can pretend like it's not me that's actually responsible for not fixing something that I've known about for weeks. But some other person, like past Brandon or future Brandon, not this present guy that would do it happily. But Clay, thanks so much for the resub. I appreciate it, man. And happy to have you here. Hope you're having a great Monday. So each one of these state changes has basically a configure and an exit, and then a update that runs over and over again during the state itself. So this runs once at the beginning, this runs once as you transition out, and then this just runs over and over again. Frackberg, when in doubt, blame Robert Tables. I should start doing that. It's a good rule for life, right? Clay, I haven't made it to the last few streams. I'm happy. I'm happy you could make it too. Absolutely. And hey, I understand. It's been my last week. I didn't get to spend as much time on other streams as I wanted, which has been tough. So I know how that can go for sure. So what I want to do basically is at the beginning of each one of these configure functions, send out a mesh publish message that just says, hey, we're in response state. And then allow the subscribers to figure out what they're going to do. In this case, the Neopixels will just change their pattern, change their light pattern, and we'll pick out what those patterns are going to be. So same thing. So starting with configure idle. So when I'm in idle mode, I'm going to just do mesh.publish. And we will say, got to double quotes. I'm not writing Python. You're writing C, Brandon, double quotes. Let's see. Then we'll just call this state idle. We'll use prefix filters, right? I don't think we need to pass anything in. Yeah, we'll just send all these in as null. So we're going to do mesh publish state idle. So that's for configuring idle. For configuring capture, we'll do state capture. For configure waiting, we'll do state waiting. It's not always you, Robert Tables. It's just you most of the time. Update waiting, and then finally update response. Should be our last one. Or configure response. Oh, wait, did I do that? I'm in the wrong one. No, configure waiting. Yeah. And configure response. I can't even copy my own code successfully today. All right, we're gonna flash this to the, make sure I'm configured properly here for RC2, Argon, and the gateway. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and flash the gateway and then BioBreak. We'll do BioBreak number 1. Number 1. I'm almost out of water. I need more. Flashing. Robert Tables. That's funny. Number 1, I order you to take a number 2. Okay. Did I get it? It should work. All right. So that flashed. Let's quick break. Take a 2-minute bio break. I'll be right back. I'll leave you with the wall to entertain you, and I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. 2 minutes. Oh, y'all. Now that Brandon's gone, let's trash the place. Ah, Clay, that's funny. glad the wall controller is actually working now. Thank you. I'm back. Yes. Let's keep going. Let's keep working on this firmware stuff. I think so far. All right, so we have our mesh publishes. Let's do some mesh subscribing. Starting with idle mode, which will trigger every time, in which we can actually test that one very easily. So, how did I close the, here, let me open up a new window. Oh, I wonder if that might be doing that. Huh, okay. My Mac is having a case of the Mondays. For sure. All right, so now we're going to add a bunch of mesh. We're going to add one. Start with one mesh subscribe for state idle. All right. And then the function that we will call for that will be called handle idle. Such an inspiring name. And let's see, mesh subscribe handler. I'm getting like, come on, snippets. Come on, snippets. Robert Tables, I notice sometimes your video and audio gets a little out of sync. Must be something in the background getting a case of the wonkies. Let me check the stream. I'll be honest with you, I probably need to start streaming from a desktop Windows machine, to be completely honest. I think I've pushed this Mac as far as it can go. Hey, .commie, how you doing? Happy Monday to you. Glad to see you. Yeah, James, today went on a bit for you. Sorry to hear that. But hey, at least it's the end of the day for you. And I'm happy, I'm happy to be streaming regardless. I'm happy to be hanging out. We're making progress so far. We haven't hit any like typical Brandon like blue smoke brick device sort of moments, any of that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed we'll continue to get that. So, but I'm getting like nothing from IntelliSense. So fine, you're dead to me, IntelliSense. Handle idle. Well, not yet. We haven't. I know. That's exactly right, Robert Tables. You're absolutely right. Const char. What is this one? I guess it doesn't really matter what I call it. I'm doing that from memory, which is usually not a good thing for me. All right, so let's add handle idle down here. So we'll run in rainbow mode by default. And if we get the handle idle mode, and then, so we're gonna do at this point. .commie, flight got canceled last night, wasn't able to get one for today, had to rent a car and drive home. Man, I am so sorry to hear that. Where were you? .commie, that stinks. I have been there, and I'm glad you were close enough that driving was an option. Because I've been in that situation where like I've been in Houston or Dallas and I've had a flight canceled and they're like, oh yeah, we'll get you home tomorrow, maybe. And I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna rent a car. I'm just gonna drive 3 hours and go home. So I'm glad that you had that option. And I'm hearing, yeah, I've heard bad stories of flights as well, which is exciting for me as I'm like 5 days away from getting on an intercontinental flight over to Europe. I'm pretty pumped about that. Oh yeah, and you're absolutely right, Robert Tables. The feeling of getting home. San Antonio for a wedding. So .com, are you in the car driving right now or are you done? Did you just get home? I hope you are home. I hope that it was an okay drive. And I'm glad. Yeah, you're home. Great. Glad you're back home, man. That stinks. It stinks that you had to deal with that. No, Frackberg, you can save those stories until after I come back from Europe. Yeah, you better not be driving. Frackberg, I don't want to hear any of those stories right now. Professor Strawberry, hey, did you notice your cam audio is a little behind? So Robert Tables was saying something about that a minute ago. How far behind is it for y'all? And is everybody experiencing this? Because I'm not getting anything from the Twitch inspector. Everything seems fine from the Twitch inspector. So like, I don't know if this is a Twitch side thing or if it's encoding or what it is. James, I saw Casey Neistat is driving New York to LA in a Tesla. Oh, that's funny. Is he going to stop at all the superchargers and everything? More behind than I've witnessed is like 1 to 2 seconds. Man. I don't have any dropped frames, so the video seems to be okay. Let me take a look at OBS real quick, see if there's anything I can tweak. Robert Tables, it tends to vary too. Is that more out of sync right after you came back from break and then it caught up just a little? So I haven't changed anything on the audio side. Professor Strawberry, by the way, Professor Strawberry, happy Monday to you. Hope you're having a good end of your day, definitely. It may be. You know what? Let me actually just go completely over to my Ethernet and turn off Wi-Fi. And then y'all may see a lag for a second as I switch over, but yeah, almost over. I have to get up at 3 a.m. Oh, Professor Strawberry. Well, sorry to hear that. Hope you get a good night's sleep. Frackberg, yeah, that stream last Friday. So that stream on Friday, Frackberg, I'm having some serious issues with Skype and NDI in OBS. So like Skype audio calls with people have started to crap out for me lately. I've got to figure out a different approach for doing those interviews because it's just been terrible the last 2 times. And this one I had to like cancel the stream. So Will and I basically on Friday, we kept going. I turned off streaming and we just talked for the rest of the hour and I recorded it. So I'll put it up on YouTube. We'll publish it. But like I couldn't do it live because everything on the Skype to OBS side was awful. And he and I could hear each other just fine. So this Skype itself wasn't an issue, but there was something going on the stream side. And I'm now on Ethernet. Am I still delayed for y'all or has it gotten any better? Clay, are the kids done with school and using all your bandwidth? No, it's me. I'm using all my bandwidth with other things. I don't know. It is much better? All right. I need to add to my my prep notes that I need to make absolutely 100% certain I'm on Ethernet before I start streaming. Robert Tables, I had Quill Tony on via Discord call and it went great. I also worked out how to use Amazon Chime for call and some help with Frackberg, so there are options. Okay. Well, that's good because I feel like Skype is not an option. I feel like the OBS plugin is awful on the Mac side, at least. Professor Strawberry, now it's just a second, maybe half second. All right, I'll take it. We'll take it. As long as it's not pissing y'all off, I'm happy. Like if it's tolerable, then we're good. So Discord calls and Amazon Chime. I need to look into that. Appreciate you sharing that, Robert Tables. I gotta do something different, that's for sure. Okay, so instead of doing rainbow mode, well, here's what I'll do. I'll actually just call rainbow. Oh, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do state. I don't want. All right, I'm not gonna replicate a state machine over here. Skype should never be an option. Use Teams. Frackberg. Oh, no. No. It's not distracting enough from the content. Okay. IoT equals Internet of Things that don't work when AWS is down. Right. I know. I'm going to be lazy right now, and I'm going to basically just... I'm going to define a mode. I'm going to define a mode handler, or a mode variable. And we'll do 0 as idle. We'll fix this later. Right. Switch mode, right? No, I'm not doing that. If mode equals 0, then we'll do idle. Okay. We'll keep the rainbow animation mode for now. All right. So handling idle, all I'm going to do is just change my mode. Then each of these will do that. I'm just going to use that mode variable, and we'll just deal with changing the mode in each of those. And then my loop will actually pick up changing the actual animation that takes place. Chimes seemed to work pretty well with Robert Tables the other day, although there was some funkiness with loopback because of Mac. Yeah. All right. Let's figure out. All right. So now let's find an attract animation. Y'all remember this site? So this LED strip site that I found while we were working on the wall. I want to go back to this to actually get something similar. Some of these effects. Just to sort of see what's in there. And I think I still have all the source code saved, but anyway. So fade in, fade out, red, green, blue. So we're gonna look at a couple of these, and I want y'all to help me pick. Help me pick one of these to use for like attract mode. And let me so that's just a red, green, and blue fade out, which may not be bad. It's an easy one. We can start with that. Professor Strawberry, do you think that I could adjust your code to work with a single Raspberry Pi 3? Yeah. Which code in particular? Do you mean the code that I'm writing right now for the Neopixel strips? Because you absolutely could. In fact, these firmware libraries will work, I think, fairly well. They would port fairly well. Fade in, fade out may be a decent attract animation. Yeah, Professor Strawberry, you absolutely could. That wouldn't be too hard to do at all. So fade in, fade out. Oh yeah, not this one. Nope. 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 I should have known. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Cylon effect. This is a cool one. Maybe this should be my... All right, so what do y'all think? Fade in, fade out. Like a multicolor fade, single color fade, or the Cylon effect. And this is the idle mode. This is just when you're trying to draw someone over. Was there a Knight Rider one? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, all right. Y'all got me. The kid effect. Yep. Left to right, right to left. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I think here. Kid effect. Y'all are absolutely right. I agree. Let me What is happening with my Finder? Oh, Finder's not responding. That's great. What? Yeah, I love me some Battlestar Galactica too, Robert Tables. You know, I watched that entire series. Not the entire thing. I watched a good bit of that series actually while my youngest was an infant, and I was like rocking him to sleep that night. Oh my gosh. Y'all give me 1 second. Seriously, y'all, my machine is pissing me off today. I always thought I was using Linux, Professor Strawberry. Not for a primary dev. Yeah, Robert Tables, I could give it another rewatch too. It was really, really good. Robert Tables. That one needed a Kappa maybe. Yeah, my computer is absolutely having, it's just driving me up the flippin' wall. Okay, so new kit. Here's the source for it. Professor Strawberry, hacking needs to be done on Kali. I have Kali Linux installed on my on the desktop machine that I built a couple of months ago. Hey, Klein Freund, good evening. How are you? Oh, this is nuts. And I'm getting like pretzel delays. Is Matt, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Monday. Thanks for dropping in. Feel free to say hi in chat if you want, or feel free to keep on lurking if you don't. No problem. We're happy to have you either way. Kleinfreund have a bachelor's thesis defense tomorrow. That's awesome. Congrats. Best of luck, man. That is fantastic. I hope that goes well for you. Cut your hair and went a bit overboard just to like clean up for the defense. What is your bachelor's thesis on, Kleinfreund? That's so exciting. Yeah, good vibes to you. I hope that goes really well. All right, so basically I need to get all of this stuff. And then if I'm going to use multiples of these, I got to deal with this stuff. So I'm going to pull this over. I don't understand. I'm getting no reports of anything wrong on the Twitch inspector side. All right. iOS 13 outward for I do not early. I no longer. I will never again early upgrade on a iOS or Mac build. Not happening. Not doing it. Oh, I pulled this in the wrong place. Okay. No, come on. That's right. I gotta do like Adafruit Neopixel 8H. Client friend, so I'm finishing my CS degree, and the thesis is about an argument. Thesis is about an argument search engine that was developed at our university. That's great. Yeah, Robert Tables, I do too. I usually wait a while to upgrade. For sure. Cutoffs. Wow. Again, good luck to you, client friend. That's so great. It's exciting to hear. All right, so I pulled this into the wrong place. Into the wrong project. I meant to pull it over here so I can reference it properly. Reference it properly, right? Not just like blatantly copy and paste. No, no, no. Not me. Not me at all. I'm taking all this garbage out. Okay. All right, so back over to new kit. So this is what I want to pull over from the loop. Are y'all hearing the music drop out every once in a bit, like for a second? I'll try to spend as much time as possible talking about the accessibility work I've done. That's great, Klein Freund. And yeah, I echo Robert Tables as well. More folks like you entering the industry. That's awesome. Excited for you. Excited for the opportunities that you're going to have. It is a great time to be in this industry for sure. This would be so awesome. So are y'all hearing the music drop and me, or is it just you're just hearing the music? So I'll just switch songs. We'll see if that actually helps. Now they're making me pull over a complicated one. Good gravy. Oh yeah, I gotta get this. Yep. It's okay, Frackberg. I'll try to give you something to pay more attention to, if that's how it's going to be. Client for I'm already so lucky the industry is well paid, so is my job, and it's the first one, my first one. Got a super ace apartment for the first month. I'm so incredibly privileged. Oh, okay. And my sound is not dropping. It's just the audio. We'll see if it. Oh, I just needed to switch. I understand that, Frackberg. I got to do work occasionally too. I'm with you. It's, you know, it's important every once in a while. Okay, so I'm going to pull all these out. So this is basically, I'm just like snagging all of this. Woo! Woohoo! Stealing so much code. I'm going to have to refactor all this stuff out of here. Numb LEDs. Okay, hold on. All right, so anywhere it says numb LEDs, replace with pixel count. Not that. Anyway, Kleinfreund, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just like copying and pasting code today. So basically, professional software development. That's what's happening right now. Kleinfreund, if you cut your own hair, start low. You can always go higher if you're comfortable. You should have told my 5-year-old that about 6 months ago when he decided to do that to himself. And ain't stealing our. You're right, Professor Strawberry. So, Kleinfreund, I'm not sure that I know the whole story here. Is there? Robert Table. So, what is the story here on the job? So, this actually came about from Noopcat stream, because that's amazing. I want to hear more. Tell me more. Let me do a local compile. See if this will actually work. If it compiles the first time, I'll be amazed. I will be lucky. Oh, actually, it's gonna maybe compile the first time. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. Okay. Then let's flash. This is great. So by default, this will start in rainbow mode. And if I do a mesh publish for idle, it will move into kit mode. That'll be my attract animation. And it's flashing. It's flashing. All right, so I'm in rainbow mode. Now, if I reset the controller, it'll go back into idle mode. So let me, is this my gateway? Yeah, let me refresh here. Professor Strawberry, you don't ever have to apologize for distracting me. It says pup on my t-shirt. This is a punk rock band from Canada that I'm a big fan of. Puptheband.com. If you want to check them out, it says pup. Basically, I found out about my soon-to-be job via another regular on Suze's stream, so they and I are future colleagues. That is awesome. I applied for said job and rocketed the interview process apparently. So yeah, they made me a nice offer, and now I'm moving to the Netherlands. Kleinfreund, that is so awesome. That's a fantastic, just one of the millions of examples for why Twitch is such an awesome place, and the community that NoopCat and others like Robert Tables that those folks have built up is very, very cool. Positive, great opportunities. I love hearing that. I can't say it enough. That's great, Kleinfreund. So awesome to share. Grogar, what is the saying? If it worked the first time, you missed something. If it didn't work the first time, you missed something. That's what I'm afraid of, Grogard. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So when I reset this and it comes back online, if I go into kit mode, then I'll be really impressed. But not with myself. I'll be impressed with y'all. Because surely I don't get credit for this. So what is happening now? See, it didn't pick it up. Blah, blah. It's in idle state. Come on now. Oh, Professor, Purr is a German band. Oh, so there is a Purr. Okay. What kind of music is Purr? We squirrel often and we love it. Absolutely. It's the only way to live. Yeah, Robert Tables, that's an awesome story. I love that. That's really, really cool to hear. Yeah, I mean, Kleinfreund, Suze's stream is so stinking cool. I'm not able to make it every Sunday for, we've got family and stuff going on, but I try to make it when I can. And everybody on there is so great, and the community that's grown up around it is fantastic. It's really, really neat. Pop, 80s, 90s pop. I'm going to have to look them up. Robert Tables, surely you get credit for this. You wrote at least over 0.5% of the code. No, Robert Tables, I don't get any credit. If it works, I get no credit. If it doesn't work, I get all the blame. I'm just copying and pasting somebody else's stuff. Purr's mechanical keyboard alt rock ace. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, so we have a breaky. Is it possible that I maybe didn't actually flash the controller? It's actually supposed to send the messages? Let me try sending that again. Or flashing it again and seeing what happens. Yeah, Kleinfreud, I heard it again. It stopped again for 2 or 3 seconds that time. I don't know. I am flashing the gateway, I think. There's a very brief pause that time. I'm looking over the gateway and seeing. Better get the $6,000 Mac Pro. Right, Professor Strawberry, with the $1,000 stand. Apple has completely jumped the shark, y'all. It's not even... It's not even funny anymore. Now, I say this as someone that's worked primarily off of Mac computers for over 10 years. I can't stand it anymore. Okay, I'm getting no response now. Failed to flash. Timeout. Let's try again. Because if it doesn't work, surely you just do the exact same thing again and maybe next time it will work. Not good enough, only base. James, that's not even, yeah. Klein Friend, I too need a new trash can and cheese grater, right? Robert Tables, that's good. They jumped the shark, and the shark is a not included separate purchase accessory. That's right. All right, so now it's flashing. See? Yeah, you just do the same thing again. Come back online. I entered idle state. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add a function to actually trigger idle. But the shark connects your lighting equipment to serial. They're designed for video professionals that have much different requirements. That's true. But even still, for those folks, I mean, that's an insanely high price tag. RGB. Rotten garbage bags. That's good. All right. Where's the trigger capture? Go away. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing here, just trigger idle mode. Robert Tables, I highly doubt my developer needing a monitor to have a stand is really different from a non-developer. See, that's kind of my thought too. Like, I know it's a totally different market, but the stand thing is a little, I don't know. Let's try flashing again. Maybe. And that's it. I mean, if you're targeting like video professionals, folks that are doing high-end kind of work, oh great, it's triggering it twice. That's exactly what I need. That won't fail. Yeah, I get it. Different market for sure. Yeah, but Frankfurt, wouldn't it be the case that like the arms, like the little, you know, the arms that they use and stuff wouldn't be compatible with that new stand anyway, right? You're basically going to have to buy new mounting hardware anyway. I don't know. I don't know. Professor Strawberry, I do kind of want a MacBook Pro because 13 fits perfect in my backpack, but would I take it with me for that price? I mean, that's what I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I love it. I mean, that's what I travel with. It's fantastic. Hey, Parathon, how you doing? Happy Monday. Then there's a markup on the converter for said setups. Yeah, I knew that moving this conversation into Apple was going to like blow up chat. Now we're all talking about it. Sure, you're going to make a high-end product for video professionals, but then spend 25% of the WWDC keynote talking about how iTunes is now split up in apps. Right. Touche on that one. I know I started it, Professor Strawberry. It's absolutely my fault. I'm not blaming y'all. It's all me. I did it. All right, I have an idle. I'm gonna. Y'all keep on talking. Shit isn't working anyway. So let me see if I can actually trigger idle mode now and make something happen. Glurg. Okay. 12:59. That's the last flash I got? Well, shoot, maybe flashing, maybe flashing this one didn't work. Right? Oh! I'm telling y'all, and I apologize if me banging on the desk totally just like blew out anybody's earphones. Earphones? Headphones. But like, how about a incorrect comparison operator there? $200 for a Visa? Yeah. You know who hasn't tried to skin the sheet? Particle. I'm trying. Thanks, Robert Tables. Klein, you're right. I suppose earphones is more precise, but yeah. No, not the wrong device. I did a single equals instead of double equals, so I was not doing a proper comparison against the variable. It's wonderful. It was dumb. I mean, so that should work now. I just flashed. We're back online. Now, if I trigger idle mode again, we should get kit. Let's cross our fingers, everybody. Arr, trigger idle. I'm in an idle state. This kind of stuff drives me up the wall. Yeah, the old single equals trick. So if y'all design a new language, disallow assignment within expressions. Right? It's a good idea, Klein Freund. Okay, let's do a particle publish here. I'm feeling lazy. And I want to see. There he goes again. Conditions, expressions, tomato, tomato. Michael Jolly over here, ate a fruit, add a fruit. I know what you meant. Maybe. I'm like already up against another bio break in like 10 minutes and I've gotten nothing done in the last hour. Ah! Okay. Now I have now there's a lot. Oh, the delay's gone. Klein Freund, it's just been one of those days with audio. Particle, patrical, or partic. I don't even know how to do that, Clay. Okay, I just flashed again. Right? So if I trigger idle now, and the message comes across, I should be publishing. All right. I'm calling trigger idle. Getting a response. Particle sounds like a golf term. Yeah. Forget the classics. Climb for on. Yes, Wednesday. Q. Night. Though. Tough. Y'all know I'm doing something dumb here. We can all agree that I'm doing something dumb. I'm subscribing to an event, state idle, on the mesh network. This device. Last option, reread the code. I know, Brett, yeah, Professor Strawberry, that's what I should have done before, but on the controller side, and I'm getting no music again. Hold on. All right, am I even calling in the right place? Configure idle. Set the state, reset LEDs, mesh publish. I'm going to do a particle publish here. Again. This is on the controller, so let me flash this. Code has to be read once and once, only once. Everybody knows that. That's right, Climb Fine. Climb Fine, so there's a band, one of the bands that I'm a big fan of. Actually, they just had an album come out last week. Was it last week, the week before? But Yesayer had a new album come out, and I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of theirs, and I don't know quite how to classify the music, but their stuff is really good. Oh, is it? The hell? Y'all see that? The heck did I do? I added a particle publish, and now it's working? What? I don't like it when stuff works and it's not supposed to work because it should have been working before. Okay, what? No. This is not, was it just not like actually updating the firmware before? It's ridiculous. Hold on. Right, exactly. Now I gotta find out what's going on. Exactly right, client. For this, it ticks me off. It doesn't feel like I'm taking that out and just reflashing. Was it literally just that it wasn't taking before? Clay, not flashing properly. Welcome to my particle life. What are you talking about? I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. I don't know, y'all. This is annoying. So, I mean, I gotta reset this. And it's gonna go back into rainbow mode. Professor Strawberry, I don't know if I'm gonna have it. I think literally it was just a bad flash. Like, it just didn't take. Because I guarantee you, well, not guarantee, but if I trigger idle again, it'll probably work this time. No! Click it. Click the button over and over and over and over and over again. doing a particle publish should have no effect on mesh publishing. This should not be required. And you're absolutely right, Clay. It's time for a bio break. I'm gonna go get more water. I'm gonna use the facilities, and we're gonna fix this when I come back. 2 minutes. All right, let's do this. Let's figure this out. I'm flashing again, and if it works again, I'm gonna be so ticked. Robert Tables, have you ever been doing something and noticed a random WQ sitting in your input box for something like Twitter? That's pretty funny. I have, actually. Or all other random collections of characters. Like, I've noticed like a Slack DM with like a semicolon from like 2 hours before when I was in the middle of multitasking. Oh, I'm terrible at multitasking. And once again, what the hell? Y'all, this should not be work. This should not be the thing that makes this work. And for that 2 hours, everyone else saw Brandon Satcham is typing. I actually know, do y'all remember this? This was a couple of years ago. There's actually somebody that created a Slack extension that anytime someone would DM him, like anytime they opened a DM window with him and they started typing, it would automatically say so-and-so is typing. Like it would say that he is typing in response, so people would stop and wait. Like it looked like he was about to say something to them before they said something to him. And he claimed that it actually reduced the number of times that people messaged him. It'd just be like if you were typing to me and it says Brandon Satter was typing. Then you wait. Oh, is he gonna say something? Okay, I'll wait. And then it would stop. And then you're like, wait, what's going on? Oh, it's good stuff. I just need to go and find that. If I change the name of this and it still works, I'm gonna. I mean, this should not make any difference. Client find X is typing 10 minutes later, see you later. I know, right? So often. Of course, I need to restart this before I try testing this. So what's interesting is triggering. Oh no, Brandon, did you really like? You might, Professor Strawberry, get what you were looking for in me saying, oh, and here in just a minute. I think I know. I might be close to what I did wrong. No, I'm just transitioning to idle. Transition to idle. Right, Robert Dales, exactly. Yeah, it's a fun Twitch, Slack practical joke. Okay, but if I just pass in, let me try flashing this again. I mean, Professor Strawberry, I'm not happy about the lag spikes. I'm sorry to hear that. 5 minutes, that's right. You do need to get some sleep. All right, y'all. Oh, wait. Okay. Is there a chance that configure idle is not actually being called when I click trigger idle? No, it is. Look, I click trigger idle. I get a state update, right? Trigger idle. Hello. I'm already in idle mode. Let me move into capture mode. Rabbi Voom, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but thanks so much for the follow. Happy to have you here. Thanks for hanging out today. Feel free to say hey in chat if you wish. Otherwise, keep on just lurking. No problem. But welcome. Trying to figure out what is wrong with all my code. So I trigger idle state, so this gets fired again. So it's getting fired. Keep on lurking in the free world. That's right. But this particle publish, again, I just changed the name. So the name should have absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Y'all, I think I'm cracking up. Like, Kitty Chips RPX, thanks so much for the follow as well. Hope you're having a good Monday. Thanks for hanging out. Feel free to say hi in chat if you wish. I'm flashing this again, and I took out that code, and we'll see what happens if I get my kit mode animation to fire automatically or not. So now it works. Now it works. What the hell? I don't know, y'all. It works, okay? Let's just, like, call it. Heck is right, Kleinfreund. This is where I do need to add that second. I need to add that brick emote that we've been talking about for so long, because this feels like one of those brick moments. I don't know why. I mean, I know why it's working because the code is correct. But I don't know why it didn't. Professor Strawberry, I don't know if it's the O moment or not. The only thing that I can think of is that I was doing cloud firmware flashing and the firmware updates were not taking somewhere. Like it was, it can happen sometimes with particle devices where when you flash through the device cloud, you get a response that the flash happened when it didn't. Doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. Sometimes you get a false positive. Robert Tables, the biggest benefit I've gotten out of streaming is that heck emote. I even added it to my work Slack. That's great. Yes, the Cyan Panda is part of Particle's work Slack as well, and it gets used as a reaction basically every time I say anything on Slack. It's wonderful. Kleinfreund, I recently used an image of the heck emote in that PR on Electric IO. That's awesome. That's very cool. Professor Strawberry, yeah, we got Knight Rider. This was your idea. Thanks so much. Get a good night's sleep, Professor Strawberry. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And I will keep on hacking, definitely. But thanks for coming today. Hopefully we'll get the lag issues figured out for next time. This feels like a good spot to like check in some code. No? Don't y'all think? Q's Knight Rider theme baseline. Right. I mean, okay, even Z Shell is taking like way too long to load today. I think all of this is my machine. Yes, yes. Robert Tables, that's right. Here, I'll copy it. I don't know, Robert Tables, you should be able to do a shout out. But definitely please do follow Carrie. And yes, they cheer in odd numbers. Actually, anytime Carrie and Robert Tables get on same stream, it's like an arms race of bits flying around. All right, let me pull from master here because I don't have a change from another branch. Yep. And let's do git checkout D. We're gonna call this pixel animations. Not command not GTI. That's yeah, the command's not doesn't exist. What do we have? Okay, yep, that's correct. GTI, classic. I do need an alias for that. You're absolutely right. Why is my VS Code folder in? That's kind of crap. Nah, whatever. I'm not messing. I don't have time for this today. I'm not messing around. All right. So this was. pub sub. In particular, this was adding 68, 69, and 70. Okay. Well, I'm not going to close. Yeah, I'm not going to close 68 and 69. All right. And let's see, added. Okay. Oh, hey, Robert Tables, I've done that. Oh, changes node modules. Yep. Yep. That's one where I usually try really hard not to force. I mean, pushing up to master is taking this long. What is happening? Is somebody mine? I think one of my kids is using my network to mine Bitcoin. I think that's. Oh, come on. All right, next. I don't know, Kleinfreund. This is the first thing that came to mind. Yeah, these symptoms all seem network related, which makes me think that I might need to. I don't want to end the stream. Like, is there still a lag for y'all, or is the lag getting worse, or is it still tolerable? Probably just streaming Star Trek or whatever. Because I will keep going until my regular time of 3 in 50 minutes, if we're all still good. And I'll just deal with this later. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's obviously something going on. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Okay. So the next animation that I want to add is processing, right? So when we go into that place where I've captured an image, let me jump back onto the server here. So when we're at a point where like I've captured an image from the webcam and it is waiting for the Coral to process it, I want to add another animation for that. So let's take a look back at the list. What would be a good one for that one? Sort of like a building. Probably not this. No. It would be, and I can just do one myself, but not that. Oh, running lights would probably be a good one. Yeah, this would be a good processing animation. So let's use that one. Let's borrow that one. So on the controller, oh, I already added all these states, right? This is state capture, right? No, not capture. Processing. Where is it? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. that's a good one for waiting. Let's go ahead and add the waiting one now. I think I got out of order. Client from mining Bitcoin. Frankberg, mining Bitcoin keeps my office toasty in the winter. I bet it does. It's a good use for it. Yeah, this will be sort of waiting for a response. So if I go back to the Pixel firmware, so we'll do here another mesh. This will be a mesh subscribe for waiting state. Oh my gosh. All right, handle waiting. And there should be another easy one. So we're just going to change the mode to 2. Where is that? Where is it? Just went right past it. Oh, I'm going to take that out. Robert Tables, it took me a second on that one, but that's pretty funny. Maybe the actual successful deploys were the friends we made along the way. Oh man, crack me up. Okay, so waiting. What was this one? Running lights. Where's that? Running lights. Hey, tech and life is hard enough. No harm having a little fun. I completely agree. It absolutely is hard enough. The work we do is fun. The work we do is very rewarding. Man, yeah, sometimes the work we do is very challenging. Very exhausting. Gotta have fun doing it, right? It's so exhausting to copy and paste code all day long. I'm kidding. I don't do this all day long. Y'all have seen this stream. Like, there was a whole lot of me like writing and failing with Python over the last several weeks. I'm copying and pasting now because I can. Because why try to recreate the brilliant work that someone else has already created? All right. What? All right. Let's compile and see what happens. LOL, digging digital ditches in the burning hot sun. Well, yeah. Client front, copying and pasting is better on macOS due to command position, ergonomically speaking. There you go. There you go. Robert Tables. Walking digitally up the hill both ways in the snow, fighting bears off with a loose leaf notebook. Absolutely. Redefinition. Oh, whoa, what? Really? I think I forgot. Oh. Rawr. Handle waiting. Handle waiting. That's what we want. Best of times, the worst of times. Having to use the scissor switch MacBook. Yeah, Frankberg, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I haven't yet gotten to that point where I would travel with a separate keyboard because that just feels like a lot for me. But I don't love it. Not at all. Do I need to include math.h in order to get the sign? I guess so. Is it math.h? Yeah. Maybe that would be automatically included. Can you give me some math? Robert Tables, and I have Robert Tables. I switched off that mouse. I could not. I got a different mouse. Courage. Hashtag courage. Okay, so when we go into waiting mode now, we should be able to use the running lights animation. And let's do a trigger for that one. Just to test it. And be lazy and do all these different functions. Okay. Reset. Trigger waiting. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, trigger waiting, transition to, waiting state, return 1. That should be good. So this is on the controller, right? So I'm gonna flash, this is flashing the controller now. Frackberg, I'm just saying it's not the worst laptop keyboard I've ever used. It's not, you're right, Frackberg. I just made the jump to trackball. I'm really liking it. Trackball split keyboard. Trackball? Using a trackball? Are you Frackberg a trackball? Are you playing Centipede? I'm kidding, kind of. There a video of a dog chasing its leash around it. Yes, let's watch this video right now. I need to watch this video right now. We're going to watch this video right flipping now. Okay. 9 seconds. We're going to watch it over and over. Oh, this is so cute. And I think it slows down for like a second and then keeps going. Yep. This is exactly That's a good one, Klein Freund. That's going into the stream notes. I'll remember what that was later. That's a good video right there. I don't usually like and retweet stuff like live on stream. I don't go, you know, I'm gonna do it now. That's good stuff. Yeah, and the dog looks at the camera at the end. Ah, it's great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That made my Monday better. Okay, so now we can actually trigger, but let's actually make sure that we've flashed. I feel like this is some of what's messing with me today is I'm not actually like paying attention to whether I flashed things properly. I call that the start of the week. All right, flash it again. So we should go back into rainbow mode. And when it comes back online, I'm going to try to trigger waiting mode and we should get the running lights. That's our next step. Once it comes online. All right, we're in rainbow mode. It's good news. Which device is this? All right, we're back online. Great. From the controller, I should now have a trigger waiting. Okay. Hey! That worked the first time. Yay, it worked the first time. Yay, 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 yay. That was my Monday, like, damn it, it's supposed to work the first time. So I'm not like, but cool. All right. So that's our waiting state animation. We can call that one good. And check in the various things related for that. So which one? That's my processing. I named it something different here, but we'll call it that. Oh look, and I finally got GitHub push working. Let me tag this. Let me be anal for a second and actually label this properly. No, not that. Neopixel firmware. There we go. Okay. So that's right, those two. Okay, 60 minutes. All right. All right, that's another one. So next up, oh wait, that was my waiting. Inference correct, inference incorrect. So that one is going to be, so those will be similar animations. They're just going to be red and green, depending on whether you're right or wrong, right? So I'm wondering for that one, I'm going to do like a color wipe. Was one thought that I had. Yeah. Rainbow cycle. Theater chase. Oh yeah, theater chase would be the one to do. And just do green and red on this one. It's kind of similar. Well, the color's different from what I've already got on there. Yeah, we'll do a theater chase on this one, and then we'll set the color to right now. So they've got, yeah, all right. So red on, green, blue. We'll do that one for that. Okay, cool. That makes sense. We can do those. And the way that these are being sent or what? Gotta head off. Catch you later. Have an awesome time in Europe. Oh yeah, thanks, James. Appreciate it. Have a good week. I'll see you on other folks' streams this week. I am sure. And even while I'm traveling next week, I am not planning on streaming next Monday because it's going to be like late, and I will probably still be jet lagged on Monday in Oslo. But I will be on other streams. My plan is actually to join NoOpCat's stream on Sunday because it'll be like Sunday evening for me. And so my plan is to be on that for a little while, hang out. Robert Tables, I will be traveling during your Saturday stream, so I will not be on that. But I'll be on other streams this week and stuff. So have a good week, James, and I'll talk to you soon. Client Freund, your internet cut out? Hopefully my internet hasn't caused issues for you. Nick Larson rated with 5 viewers. Hey, thanks so much for the raid, Nick. I'll give you a second, folks that are coming in. But happy Monday to y'all. How was the stream, Nick? Thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I am going for about another 30 minutes here, and then we're going to raid another fellow live coder. Not sure who yet. Need to go and look. But yeah, happy Monday to you too, Nick. Hope you had a good stream. How did it go? What are y'all working on? Oh yeah, Mentorship Monday. That's right. Cool. Well, that's great. So I am, what we're working on today is continuing to work on this emotion mesh, this Google Coral based ML IoT project that I've been working on for a little while. But today specifically, we're working on firmware for interacting with the Neopixel strips that will be connected to the network. So anytime you do a state change between the different aspects of the network, right? So when you're capturing a photo, or when you're in this mode waiting for a photo to be captured, the LED strips will show a different animation based on what's actually going on. So the overall code for the project and everything is here. There's a bunch of moving pieces for that. And what I'm trying to work on now is actually just getting some Neopixel strip animations working. So far what we have built today is animations for an attract animation that runs when you're trying to draw somebody into the demo. And then right now what you're seeing on the strip is a processing animation where it's actually running inferencing on the Google Coral and waiting for a response. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, Client Freund, no problem. You have a good evening as well. And again, congrats on the new gig. Good luck to you tomorrow, Client Freund, on your defense. And I look forward to hearing about it next time I see you on a stream. So what we're going to do now is actually add the correct, incorrect animations. Robert Tables, what I think is interesting is the Neopixel animation timing compared to your frame rate capture of the stream. Oh, I should check that out on the VOD. Is it trippy in a good way or trippy in a like, this is messing with my head kind of way? Because I would be curious to hear which. So what was the one I was going to do? Oh yeah, Theater Chase. That's what we're going to add to this one. Theater Chase. Theater Chase. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Trippy in a watching helicopter blades on video kind of way. Oh, okay. Mesmerizing. So you're not watching me. You're just watching the... You're just like staring at the animations going on. I hear you. All right, so my theater chase, we're gonna have two different ways of doing this. So So 1 is going to be else if. So mode of 2 is going to be, and we'll do this, will be that the inference was correct according to the user. And then 4 will be incorrect. So we'll just vary our theater chases here appropriately. EST Sync at Sync. Thanks so much for the follow. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly or not, but thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for coming and hanging out today. Hope you're having a good Monday. And that did not show up for me. I'm not seeing that in OBS, but hopefully y'all saw that follow show up. Inference was correct. That's for myself. So that's going to be red. So we'll set green on for that one. There we go. And inference was incorrect, will be red. Okay. So now we need to actually add the theater chase code here. Simple enough, simple enough. Well, that first one with the kit animation was the most complex one that we added today. Pixel count in here. And then once I add these, I think we're probably at a good spot in this where I can just sort of test the whole sequence and we'll see how the lights interact. This should work. But for now, okay, we got theater chase. This will be green. This red. This is my running lights. And here's what we'll do. Handle correct and incorrect. All right. So handle correct we'll do to mode 2, excuse me. And handle incorrect. 3. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay. It should be enough now. It should be all correct. So let me change this idle, waiting, correct, incorrect. So I think on the actual controller side, I have not. I'm going to flash this onto the Neopixel device, but actually on my mesh controller, I don't think that I have. Yeah. So that's what I want there. When I'm in response mode. This is going to be waiting for a response. I can code that later. But so this piece right here is actually on the box. When you've gotten an inference result back on the box, it'll tell you hit the green button if inference was correct, hit the red button if it's incorrect. And that's where we're going to do these mesh publish events. What did I say they're called? Mesh publish correct incorrect. So I'll just copy these over. So state will be mesh publish, correct. And then an incorrect message otherwise. I think that looks good. All right, I'm gonna add a couple of functions here too. Cheat more, test, give myself some test functions. Getting there. I know there's a lot of copying and pasting right now, but we are getting close to having something we can show off end to end. I am confident. So for correct and incorrect, I'm just going to manually fire off the events instead of doing this. Delicious copy pasta. That's right. That's right, Robert Tables. Mesh.publish. State correct. All right, incorrect. Hey, BS Clara, how you doing? Happy Monday. How are you? Do you survive this last hot Austin weekend? Before it goes from like hot to insanely hot the next couple of days. So state correct and incorrect. Let me flash that. And oh, this didn't work. Why did this not flash? So crazy hot. It's like 98 degrees up by me yesterday. So we retreated into the pool. No doubt. Oh, Theater Chase was not. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brandon. Actually like do it correctly. Get your forward declarations going in your C++ code. All right, now I'm gonna flash. No more outside for the dog. Almost dropped. Hey man, I hear you. Only time I'm going outside with the kids from this point now until September is if we're going into the pool. That's it. Or into the car. Or from the car to the house. But there will not be any just like hanging out outside. Not from this point forward. Okay, flashing is happening. Flashing is happening. What I want to do is get this flashed and then show you all, like run it with the demo and see if it works. And whether it does or not, I got to end the stream because I have a meeting in 17 minutes. So we'll find somebody else to raid. But I want to run it. But I want to, let me trigger correct and incorrect first and see if we actually get something that happens. Okay, That was correct. So that's what it'll show up if you said inference was right. And this should show up if inference was wrong. Cool. So let's do this. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to move this down a bit. Reconfigure some things so that y'all can see the whole demo working. And I'm going to make sure that all my stuff is running on the server side. It looks like it still is. So I am going to go into capture mode here. Oh, and it's capture mode that I don't have anything for. That's okay. I'll add something. We'll do the rest of it. I'll show you the rest of it. So I'm going to take a photo. What face should I make here? Nah, let's just smile. In capture mode, we went to processing. So now we're in processing mode for a moment. And then waiting mode, and it's waiting for response. So that said happiness. I'm going to say, yes, I am indeed happy because this is working. What? That wasn't supposed to happen. Am I back in idle? Oh! I need to have some sort of delay. I think I need to switch my demos up a little bit because this was my attract mode animation for idle mode, right? So that green probably didn't last for very long before it switched back over. So I got to work on that. But otherwise, it does seem to be sort of... What's happening? I'm in idle. I should be able to hit the button to go back into capture mode. Okay. All right, I still got some work to do to clean up sort of the various state animations, but y'all get the idea. So capture mode. Take another photo. What is it going to capture this time? That's going to be creepy. Happiness. All right, so now it's waiting for me to respond. All right, so the state transitions are working on the mesh network. I got them messed up a little bit. And that doesn't look happy. That's incorrect. Let's say no. Okay, I saw it go red for a second, but I need to introduce a delay before it goes back into idle mode. So, but that's okay. We made some good progress here on some of this. Let me make some notes for myself here. So delay after response to show the Neopixel. Strips before going back into idle mode. But we did, we got some stuff working. We got some Neopixel strips doing some things, and this will eventually be 4 that are all going to be responding on the network, which will be pretty cool. So, all right, chat, no more outside. Yeah, I've caught up with that. The little boots. No. Those are good for hiking. Yeah, I've used those for, when I lived in Colorado, I used those for our dog. What's worse worse than thorns or snake bites? Ticks and leeches? Yeah. All right, this is a good stopping point for today. So let me actually go in and see what we did here on the list. Mesh publish state, yep. Mesh subscribe, yep. We did an attract animation. We added processing. We added those 2, and I think I messed up on this one. I didn't add a waiting animation, but I called it waiting. So I think that's the thing I gotta figure out. I think my head is buffering, much like my computer is today. So I'm going to figure that piece out. I'm going to make sure I capture that we got rated. Oh yes, and Clay. Cooper Clay. Resubbed for 3 months. And Nick Larson rated with 5 viewers. Thank you all both. Thank you all. Thank you both. Whatevs. Yeah, so I got some more work to do to get this cleaned up, and I will. I'll post some videos, and we'll get to see this thing live at NDC Oslo next week, which I'm pretty excited about. So, like I mentioned, next week I will actually be. I'm going to be in Oslo, so I'm not going to be streaming. I will be on other folks' streams as I am able to, but I am not going to be streaming at my regular time on Monday. Let's see. Let's see who is streaming now, so we can find out who to raid. So please do hang out for just a few minutes, and if you all have any recommendations on who we can raid, let me know. Let me know, let me know. Oh, Frank is online, so could potentially raid F. Bucheros. Maybe we should do that. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. In my slow computer. Robert Tables, I think you should capture that BS Claro came in and gave a public service announcement about heat and caring for your pets. You're right. You're absolutely right. Let me copy that. Why not? That's a good one to add. Done. Oh my gosh. So the live coders page is taking forever to load up. Let's raid Frank. I think that'd be great. It's been a little while since I've raided Frank. So let's say hi to him. Please do stick around for just a minute. I'm going to hang out for a few. I have to, like I said, I got to run to a meeting at the top of the hour. But I think it'd be great for everybody to stop in and say hi. Thank you all again so much for hanging out today. I had a good time. We got some stuff done. Beat my head against the wall as usual. Y'all are very patient. Sorry about the lags and some of the weirdness. We'll get that fixed before next time. But y'all have a great rest of the week. I will see you on your streams, on other streams. And it was a lot of fun. So have a great Monday, great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.